Hey guys, my name is Zidan Ramadan, and today I'm going to show you guys uh, a Fendrama project. And now, and now, okay, wait. And now we talk about language and structure. For the content in here, there's perfect aspect overview, progressive aspect overview, and for perfect aspect, definition function in here is grammatical definition structure. The perfect aspect utilize the auxiliary verb have combined with the past particle to select the actions complete relative to a specific time frame, whether in the past, present, or future context. The second one, temporal relevance and current impact. This linguistic feature emphasizes the connection between a finished event and the current moment, highlighting the relevance of past experience or action to the immediate situation being discussed by the speaker. And the third one is versatility across different time frames. Through various patterns like present, past, and future perfect, the aspect establishes clear chronological sequence, such as indicating an action was finished before another event or will be finalized by a future point. Now, the fourth one is the application in media and professional communication. Research indicates that the present perfect is frequently employed in news reporting to link recent discovery or even events to ongoing public discourse, thereby increasing the immediacy and importance of the information. Correlation, and fifth one, correlation with linguistic fluency and usage. Corpus data that the perfect aspect accounts for approximately 50% of written text and its mastery is strongly correlated with higher levels of speaker fluency among English language learners. For origins, sentence example like this, present perfect illustration, the sentence "she has visited Paris 3 times" utilize the auxiliary verb has with the past particle to emphasize a complete life experience that remains relevant to the speaker's current situation. And the second one, past perfect sequencing. In the example, by the time he arrived, I had finished my homework. The auxiliary had established a clear chronological order, highlighting that one specific action was complete prior to another past event. Future perfect completion. The statement by next year I will have graduated from university employs the will have structure to project the completion of an academic milestone relative to a specific future time boundary, and continuous perfect focus. The place they have been working on the project for 6 months. 6 months demonstrates the present perfect continuous form, which specific, which specifically emphasize the ongoing nature and total duration of an activity starting from the past. Now, for media sample analysis, National Geographic Discovery Report, the use of present perfect have discovered highlight a recent scientific achievement. These linguistic tools emphasize the immediate relevance and ongoing significance of the new species discovered within the current context of biodiversity research. Wall Street Journal financial reporting, the past perfect construction had report established a clear chronological sequence for investors by indicating that earnings were disclosed before the market opened. The text provides a necessary temporal framework for analyzing market reaction and fiscal trends. Now, the corpus analysis of news media, research by Bieber, indicates that the present perfect is a staple in journalism. It effectively bridges past event with current situation, allowing reporters to present historical data as being directly impactful to the modern reader's circumstance. Now, for digital communication and fluency trends, recent studies by Gao and Thornberry suggest that perfect construction is increasingly prevalent in digital space. Furthermore, a strong correlation exists between the accurate use of these aspects and the overall linguistic fluency demonstrated by English language learners. Now, for statistical prevalence in writing text, data from British National Corpus reveal that the perfect aspect maintains a 50% usage rate in formal writing. This consistent frequency underscores its structural importance in providing clarity and temporal depth across various professional and academic genres. Now, you can see that obviously research driven from this. And now for progressive aspect. First one, emphasize continuous activities. Utilize the to-be auxiliary verb pair with present participles to highlight action currently in progress. This structure effectively communicate the ongoing nature and specific duration of an activity. Focus on temporal continuity. Apply grammatical patterns to stress that an action starts in the past and remains unfinished. This approach provides a clear sense of precedence and temporal flow within various contexts. Now, the third one, present progressive implementation combines subject with am, is, are, and present participle to describe immediate events. This structure allows speaker to articulate activities happening exactly at the moment of speaking or in current period. But now, fourth one is past and future progression. Employee was were for interrupt past action and will be for planned future events. This form establishes a specific time frame for ongoing activities, ensuring a logical sequence of events and expectation. Structure auxiliary usage integrate specific forms of to be to serve as essential markers for the progressive aspect. This linguistic framework is necessary to correctly form the present, past, and future continuous tense in English. I like planned activities. Utilize future progressive structure to indicate that a specific action will be in progress at the set time. This emphasizes the certainty and duration of scheduled events in professional and personal planning. The fourth one is now contextual background insights. Use the past progressive to describe ongoing research environment when breakthrough occurs. This technique provides essential context, illustrating the continuous efforts that lead to significant scientific discoveries and outcomes. Now, the real-time sports reporting. Apply the present progressive in sports media to convey the immediate status or the status of a team or athlete. This creates a sense of urgency and dynamism, informing the audience about current competitive standing. Spoken versus written analysis reference corpus studies to compare the preference of progressive form across different communication mediums. Research indicates these forms are often more frequent in spoken English than in former written text. The dynamic impact in advertising to leverage the public perception of the progressive aspect as more engaging and energetic linguistic choice of advertisers frequently utilize this structure that create a more compelling and immediate connection with their target audience. Now for English grammar tense and aspect analysis. The context on here is the tense aspect system, progressive aspect, perfect aspect, perfect progressive aspect. The tense aspect system. The narrative tense correction maintain past tense consistency. Ensure all verbs describing historical or complete events such as attended or felt strictly follow the past tense to reflect specific time frames like last week. The second one, apply past perfect for sequence. Utilize the had plus past participle structures such as had reads or had finished to clearly indicate actions complete before another past event occurred. The correct verb forms after auxiliaries use the base forms of phrase like did not understand or grammatically sounds and professional or verb immediately immediately following did not to avoid redundancy ensuing. Use continuous form for simulations actions. Employ the past continuous aspects such as we're asking to describe ongoing background actions that were happening concurrently with the main narrative event in the past. Explanation of errors. Like the first one is attended. The past tense is required because it's referring to an event that happened last week. The second one, explained it. Verb tense must watch the past. It was a past action. The third one is said. Verb tense must watch the narrative correct form for past tense. Now, the fourth one is shows. To show subject verb agreement is needed. Present tense is used in appropriate context. Fifth is aspect is describing is aspect describes. The simple present tense is preferable when defining concepts. Happen turning to happens. The third person singular form of the verb should be used. And 7, have weight. To learn it to had weight. Past perfect tense is appropriate because it refers to a complete action before another past event. Now, number 8, came. The correct past tense form of the verb is required. Number 9, understood, to understand. The base form of the verb is needed after did not. Number 10, was talking. The correct present participle is needed for the continuous aspect. 11, are asking, or turn it to were asking, to maintain past tense consistency. Now for 12, was talking, were talking. Subject, verb, agreement, others is plural. Has, gave, turn into had, given. Past perfect is necessary for consistency. Feel, turn into felt. The past tense form should be used. 15, has confused. Turn into was confused. The past tense form is required in this context. Now, this is the correct paragraph that I'm gonna be showing you. Progressive aspect. Ongoing action in the past establish temporal consistency in narrative. Use the past continuous tense to describe background actions that occur simultaneously with specific past events, ensuring that narrative maintain a logical flow. Maintain subject-verb agreement in past context. Ensure that helping verbs like where are used correctly with plural subjects such as friends or students when describing ongoing past activities. Simultaneous background events. Utilize the was or where plus present participle structure to illustrate actions that were in progress while another main action or event took place during a past session. Now, Correcting continuous form errors. Actively rectify present participle usage. Fix error where the base form is incorrectly used after helping verbs such as changing was talk to was talking to properly form the progressive aspect. Align auxiliary verbs with past timelines. Update incorrect present tense, helping verb to their past. To their past counterparts. For instance, the phrasing is explaining with was explaining to reflect historical actions accurately. Now ensure grammatical accuracy in negative structures. Correct complex errors where continuous form are misused in negative statement, ensuring that the expectable markers and helping verbs align with the intended temporal meaning. Now, for the explanation errors, first one is explaining turn into was explaining. Past continuous form should be used to match the time frame. Second one, say turn into said. Past tense is necessary to maintain consistency. Third one is used. That's already correct. This remains unchanged as is general statement. Fourth is listening. Turn into was listening. Consistency in past tense is required. Now for fifth one, was talking turned into were talking. Subject verb agreement needed friends is plural. Are not paying turned into were not paying. Past tense consistency issues. It says turn into said change to past tense for consistency. Is not understanding turned into did not understand. Simple past form is appropriate here. Now, number 9, did not focusing turned into was not focusing. The correct form for continuous aspect. Number 10, was give turned into gave. The correct past tense form is required. Number 11 is trying turned into was trying. Consistency in past tense is necessary. And 12 are still confused turned into were still confused. Correct past form needed for agreement. Now this is for the correct grammar. Perfect aspect. Perfect tense verb forms. Perfect tense verb form mastering irregular past participles. It is vital to use correct participle forms such as seen instead of saw or given instead of gave when constructing perfect tenses to ensure grammatical accuracy and professional communication. Applying base form after auxiliaries. A common grammatical requirement is using the base form of a verb following auxiliary verbs like did or cannot, as seen in the correction of did not understand rather than understood. Now, avoiding tense aspect confusion. Consistent application of the had plus past participle form will prevent errors like has finished or has saw, which fail to correctly align the subject-verb agreement with the intended past perfect aspect. Now, avoiding complex verb pairs, advanced learner must ensure that all components of a perfect tense phrase including the auxiliary and the participle, are correctly inflected to reflect the finished nature of the described action. Now for explanation of error in here, first one is studying, turning to study. Past tense needed because the event occurred last night. The second one is has finished, turn into had finished. Past perfect form is required because it happened prior to another action. Third is go to when. The correct past tense form is necessary. Now fourth one is feel to felt, turn into felt. The past tense should be used. Has, now 5, has explained, turn into had explained. The past perfect form is necessary to maintain consistency. Number 6, did not understood, turn into did not understand. Base form of the verb used after did not. Number 7, have saw, turn into had seen. The correct past perfect tense is required. Number 8, has made, turn into had made. The past perfect form is needed for consistency. Number 9, has not fully understand, turn into had not fully understood, requires the past perfect. Now this is the correct paragraph here. Okay, now for the last one, perfect progressive aspect. Present perfect progressive is such ensure correct subject verb agreement when utilizing the present perfect progressive aspect. It is essential to match the auxiliary verb has or have with the subject, such as using the has been studied for singular subject like Woody. A proper present participle. This aspect describes ongoing action that started in the past and continue now, requiring the been plus ing verb form, such as has been tried, to accurately reflect continuous activity. Express duration and relevance. Use the present perfect progressive to highlight the persistence of an activity over time, such as a lecturer who has been explaining a specific grammatical topic since the beginning of the week. Now for the past perfect progressive transition, shift tense for past duration. Use the past perfect progressive to describe an action that was ongoing up until another point in the past, such as shifting from has been to had been working when referencing yesterday's tasks. Maintain narrative consistency when discussing past event. Ensure the aspect aligns with the historical timeline, such as documenting a lecturer who had been encouraging students to practice before a specific past milestone was reached. Now connect action to past outcomes. This transition is vital for showing the relationship between a continuous past effort and a later past situation, helping to clarify that an action like working all day precedes a moment of reflection. For the explanation of errors, number 1, has been studied, turn into has been studying, subject verb agreement with Woody in the present perfect progressive tense. Now for second one, have been explained, turn into has been explained. Subject verb agreement is necessary in the present perfect progressive. Third one is do not understand. Turn into does not understand. Correct subject verb agreement needed. Fourth one is has been tried. Turn into has been trying. The correct present positive form is required. Number 5 is not getting. That one is correct. This sentence remains unchanged. Has been worked. Turn into had been worked. Past perfect progressive form needed for consistency. Now 7 cannot solve. Cannot solve it. Turn into cannot solve. Base form of the verb is required after cannot. Giving more explanation. Turn into giving more explanations. Use of the forward. Use of plural or for countable nouns is needed. Now, number 9 has been encouraging. Turn into had been encouraging. Past perfect is needed to match the timeline. Number 10 are improving. Turn into could improve. Adjust the tense to the past for consistency. Now this is for the correct paragraph here. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you and goodbye.